New millennium, new stadiums, new era. It's the Noughties. 2000, the last final at the old Wembley, as Villa took on Chelsea. The Twin Towers had seen many classic goals in its 72 FA Cup finals. And Di Matteo does the business for Chelsea once again. Dennis Wise becomes the first player to win the cup in 3 different decades. With Wembley's Twin Towers demolished, the FA Cup final moved out of England for the first time in its history, with Cardiff's Millennium Stadium the venue, as Arsenal met Liverpool. Arsenal took the lead through Freddie Ljungberg, but Michael Owen secured the trophy for Liverpool with a late double, reinforcing his credentials as the world's best. Not only did he have Arsenal's defence in his pocket, but Owen could now have a mind-blowing 1,000 songs there too, as the game-changing new iPod flooded onto the market. Half of London headed down the M4 as Arsenal returned to Wales to take on Chelsea. A screamer from the Romford Pele, Ray Parlour, and a second goal in 2 years from Ljungberg gave Arsenal the victory, and a second domestic cup double for Arsene Wenger. After his semi-final heroics, David Seaman and his ponytail captained Arsenal on his final appearance for the club. The Gunners were loving life in Cardiff, this time facing unfancied Southampton. Swashbuckling Robert Pires scored the only goal as Arsenal won again, but only thanks to a stoppage-time Ashley Cole goal-line clearance from a James Beattie header. Wise was back in the final again, this time as player-manager of second-tier Millwall, appearing in their first final. David couldn't beat Goliath though, as star-studded Manchester United overwhelmed the Lions, thanks to goals from a young Cristiano Ronaldo, remember the name, and 2 from Ruud van Nistelrooy. The first penalty shootout in FA Cup final history, after the Gunners managed to cling on for a draw against Manchester United. Patrick Vieira stepped up to win it for Arsenal, giving Arsene Wenger yet another FA Cup. The last FA Cup final to be held in Wales was an all-time classic. West Ham started fast and were 2-0 up in the first half after a Jamie Carragher own goal and a Dean Ashton strike. Djibril Cissé and Steven Gerrard brought it back to 2-2 for Liverpool before Paul Konchesky put the Hammers back in front. West Ham were seconds away from their first cup since 1980. But Steven Gerrard's thunderbolt made it 3-3. Pepe Reina was the hero as Liverpool celebrated their narrow escape. A gleaming new Wembley greeted Chelsea and Manchester United. It was the defences who were on top, with Van der Sar, Vidic, Ferdinand, Cech and Terry keeping it goalless after 90 minutes. The deadlock was finally broken by Chelsea's big game striker, Didier Drogba. Fans at the new Wembley could now tell the whole world about it, as social networks embedded themselves into everyday life. The stranglehold of the big teams was broken, as Portsmouth and Cardiff City joyously made it to the final. Portsmouth, managed by a pre-jungle Harry Redknapp, were in their first final for 69 years, while Cardiff, managed by Dave Jones, their first for 81. Nwankwo Kanu missed an open goal in the first half, and when he did score, he didn't know which way to turn. Pompey's experienced defence led by Sol Campbell and David James comfortably kept out Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank and the Cardiff strikers. Campbell going on to lift the cup for the 4th time in the decade. The Noughties rushed to a close with Everton's Louis Saha scoring the fastest ever FA Cup final goal after just 25 seconds for Everton, before Chelsea's experience showed as Drogba and Lampard struck as the decade closed with yet another cup for the Big Four.